Coach, what about the Hardy D'Lo pairing there in the fourth quarter worked well?
I think in desperation, you're looking for someone to score, and Hardy did that for us. Also, D'Lo being able to get us organized. Those two did a really good job of finding the corners, and then I think Hardy was the one that benefited the most, being able to catch and shoot.
Jason, you guys fought all the way back from 22, got it down to 1. Stein makes a layup, puts it back to 3. D'Lo comes down, misses the 3. What'd you see just on that play specifically?
Yeah, I think letting the guys play, for Hartenstein to get the layup, well, you got to take the ball out of Shea's hand. So that's what we did, and he makes a layup. But the game is still in the balance of being able to execute, and I thought the way the group was playing, ball touching the paint and finding someone, I thought we were going to look for that. But D'Lo felt like he had a good look, came up short.
Jason, group sat down the stretch after some defensive subs there late. Obviously not his night tonight. How do you balance the potential benefits of the learning experience of playing in crunch time versus trying to win the next game in that situation?
Yeah, I think he did a great job defensively with the group that we put in to get the stop. That's one lesson learned. Also, it wasn't his night tonight. We're a team, and so I understand that the group that was out there put us in a position to win the game, and he wasn't on the floor, but he was cheering for his teammates. So that's one, and I think also just he got hit early in the game, and so with the shoulder. So just understanding, we went with someone else, and they picked him up, and we had an opportunity to tie the game.
What's his status like in terms of the rest of the week? Wednesday night, is he good to go, or is it just a wait and see kind of thing?
Yeah, we'll see how he feels tomorrow. His shoulder is sore, but we'll see how he feels tomorrow. He played through it. He's a tough kid, but we'll have more tomorrow.
He's off to a super strong start with 20 points and a double-double in each of his games tonight, cleaned up so much for you guys. How just important was he out there?
Who's that? AD, yeah, he was great. When you have that many misses, you hope that we can get some offensive rebounds, and he was one to do that. We got to be better. Our smalls, our mediums, they got to be able to crash. When we're not shooting the ball straight, we got to be able to come up with second or third opportunities. But AD did that for us tonight. So he was big down the stretch. Again, being able to run the pick and roll, I thought he did a great job there, and defensively he did a really good job for us.
What are you seeing from Max Christie?
He's playing great. He's shooting the three well. He's competing on the defensive end, and I thought he had some great looks early. He knocked some down, and then knocked some down for us late. But he's been playing well at a high level for us all season, early here in the season, and again, he did it for us tonight.
When you're entering a game guarding SGA, who draws a lot of fouls, what do you kind of tell Max Christie and PJ Washington to kind of only hold them just to 2 in this game?
Yeah, I thought the whole team did a great job of staying down, understanding his tendencies. He's the best in the world of getting to the free throw line, and only have 2 with the way he has the ball majority of the time. Again, they made it tough. I thought Christie and PJ, but the rest of the group that were on him, making sure that we didn't send him to the free throw line, and he made shots that he normally makes. That's just how special he is. But again, he hurts you when he gets to that free throw line, and I thought the group did a good job.
With Caleb Martin, he wasn't someone who played a whole lot in the first 2 games, but the last 2 he's gotten some rotational minutes. What are you looking for in those stretches out of him?
Yeah, just being solid, just defensively being solid, and on the offensive end, being able to drive or make a play or shoot when you're open. And so he's working himself back from injury, and I think he's doing a really good job for us.
OKC had 39 points in the third quarter. Just what did they do to create separation?
Yeah, well, it starts with we have to make shots too, and we just didn't do that there in the third. Even though we scored 27, they took advantage of some of our misses and capitalized. Again, they dominated the paint. We got to be better in the paint, and so. But that's what I saw in the third, that they dominated the paint. But the group kept fighting and finding a way, and then to be able to hold that group to 14 points in the fourth shows that as we continue to go forward, we're getting better on both ends of the ball.
I guess going off that, second of a back-to-back, really tough third quarter. How encouraging is it to see from a mental standpoint, you guys just fight in that fourth quarter?
Yeah, we got a bunch of fighters that are going to compete to the end. That game could have got away from us as much as 22 points, and so understanding that we cut the lead and got it down to one and had the opportunity that we had the ball with down three. So the group fights, and it's just at some point we got to hopefully this basket can open up for us and we can make some shots because we're getting a lot of wide open threes that we're just not making right now.
Defensively, are they doing what you want? Are they getting what you want them to do? Or are they doing in terms of concepts, coverages, all that good stuff? Are they doing what you want?
Yeah, they're competing. They're doing everything that we've asked them to do.
Coach, what about this, guys, what about this new offense is the hardest to implement?
The hardest to implement? I think just understanding the spacing and then just trust, understanding that someone's going to be open when you touch the paint just because of the movement. And so for everyone who has not run this, just understanding that. And we have a couple guys who have played with Jay, so they understand it, and they've had some success here early. So, but just understanding the spots on the floor, we're getting a lot of wide open shots that just aren't going down. If they can go down, I think it looks a little different. The vibe is definitely different, and the energy picks up on the defensive end. But this was a big character game that the ball wasn't going for us, and we continue to play defense at a high level. Thanks.
Max, just take us into that fourth quarter run where you guys brought it to within one after trailing by 22.
Yeah, it was defense for us. 14 points in the fourth quarter for them. That's what got us back in the game. We were holding them to one shot for the most part. They were taking some tough shots, and we were able to rebound and run. And for us, we were able to knock down some threes to get back into the game. But I think what really hurt us was definitely that third quarter. They had 40 points or 39 points. So we just got to be better in the third. I think offensively we got to be a little bit better as well. But that fourth quarter comeback started with our defense for sure.
You missed your first 2 threes, but you stayed confident. You made your next 2. Is that something that Coach Kidd talked to you about, staying kind of confident before the game?
Yeah, I mean, all the coaches empower me to shoot when I'm open for sure and not pass up any threes. I'm very confident in myself always to be able to shoot the ball and feel like I'm confident in the work that I put in. And so although I missed my first 3 threes, I think I just kept shooting. I know that, for our team, and the coaching staff has talked about this as well, we need to shoot more threes, and I want to be a spark for that. So for me, just not passing up any open ones, knowing that if I do that, it hurts the team. So regardless if I'm 0 for 3 or 0 for 5 or 0 for 6 or 3 for 3, I'm just going to keep shooting when I'm open. So
Max, what's it been like for you to have such a green light? Jason Kidd talks about all the time. They want you to shoot. What?
Mm-hmm. Oh, it's great. I mean, confidence-wise, it feels great for sure. And then, too, it's just knowing that, they want me to shoot more and knowing that helps the team, that helps our team win. When I'm able to shoot threes, when I'm able to be aggressive and knock them down, helps our team. So it's definitely confidence booster for me. And, I work on it every day. So confidence was there already, and then you add to that with, the coaching staff telling me to shoot more. So it feels great, yeah.
To go along with that question, like she said, that one thing that Coach Kidd has preached to us multiple times is how they're wanting you to shoot the ball more. And how would you describe the coaching staff's vision for you with your confidence and letting it fly more compared from last season to this season?
I think, we want to shoot more threes, but I think for me, the way I look at it is just finding ways to impact the game, impact our team. 3-point shooting is great, but I know tonight I had a great challenge of guarding the MVP and NBA champion in Shea. So that was what was mostly required for us to try and win this game. It was to guard him, pick him up 94, and try to make him, feel my presence. So for me, it's different on a night in, night out basis. I'm not going into every night thinking I got to score points to win the game. It's, whether it's shoot threes, whether it's guard the best player, bring energy every night. That's kind of what it is for me. It's more of a selfless approach, knowing that my role can change on a nightly basis. So,
Coop was had an uncharacteristic night.
Yeah.
Notice about him ever since he kind of took that shot on the first play of the game.
I mean, it happens. He's 18 again, playing against the defending champs, and obviously defensively they're phenomenal. And you got someone like Lou Dort on him, who's first team all defense, and kind of hounding him the entire game. And so it's going to happen. I think we, as his teammates, got to do a better job of getting him open and lowering the stress level for him. So we got to set better screens. We got to get him more open. We got to make him feel a lot more comfortable than I think he feels right now. And that's not all on him. I think that's on us as a team, knowing that teams are keying in on him for sure. And he is young. He's inexperienced, obviously. And so he's got so much ability and so much potential. We've all seen it. And so we got to do a better job as teammates, making it easier for him, just making his life easier, really. So we got to do a better job as a team.
Max, I remember last year at the end of the season, you said you wanted to take a step forward as a shooter. You're going to put in the work all summer. You obviously did that. Now you're starting. The results are there. How good does that feel, just to see that hard work pay off?
Yeah, it feels great. I mean, any time that you can, see the fruits of your labor is definitely a good feeling. But I think, again, for me, I'm always focused on the team more than I am myself. And so it feels great to be shooting well, great to be, on a good start if you want to talk about shooting splits or whatever. But I think it's important. We are 1-3 right now, and so we need to address that. That's the main concern, main focus for me. So I got to find ways to impact the game a little bit more as well, find ways to help our team win a little bit more. I think we also, as a collective unit, need to do a better job of just finding ways to help us win. And I think comes from film, comes from practice, comes with time as well. So we're only 4 games of 82. So there's not worry, but there is a sense of urgency.
Turnovers were down for the offense today, but shooting efficiency was a struggle. Just what were some of your takeaways from the team's offense?
Yeah, we were just a little discombobulated, I think. We weren't necessarily super organized. Looking at it here, we didn't score over 30 points in a single quarter. So I think offensively, I don't think our defense was the problem today for the most part, other than the third quarter. But yeah, we're just a little disorganized. I don't think all of us are on the same page right now, and that's okay. It comes with time again. We're learning a new system, and there's going to be growing pains with that. So, again, it's a long season. We're keeping it in mind, but we also have a sense of urgency. We're watching film individually and as a team, trying to find ways to gel together, find ways to make lives easier for ourselves. I think we're playing with a lot of stress right now. I feel like if you watch the tape, if you're out there, it feels like we're playing with a lot of stress when we're out there. And so we need to find a way to relieve that a little bit, get ourselves some easier looks, and I think that'll lead to success.
Max, what's the biggest difference for you specifically in this offensive system compared to last year?
I think there's a lot more movement, a lot more cutting. Jay has a philosophy of sacrifice, and I think that's a great philosophy that we all need to embody for sure. Your cut is to sacrifice for a teammate. You're cutting to open up a lane, a driving lane, and that driving lane can create for your teammate. It could create for yourself, but I think there's just a lot more movement, and I think there's just a lot more bodies moving around, and I think that's what makes it difficult a little bit as well as a new system for us. We're finding ways to cut. We're finding ways to not cut. Well, when certain situations are there, and so we're just learning and we're just figuring it out. And it's early, and so we're continuing to watch film. We're continuing to be diligent with our work to continue to try and gel together more in this offensive system, which has shown that it is very, very, very capable, very powerful when we do it right. So we just got to continue to do it better.
So we've kind of pointed things out that we obviously would like for you all to work on, but what are some things that you feel like you guys do well already as a team?
I think our transition has been solid at times, and I think defensively we have had flashes. I think on both sides of the ball we've had great flashes for sure. Again, we're not perfect right now, like you said. We've got a lot of things to address, but I really think on both sides of the ball, defensively and offensively, we have shown great things, and so we just got to be able to be consistent with it. I think it's that simple for us. It's not like we don't understand what's going on at all. It's just the ability to be consistent with it when we're doing it right and when we're doing it well. So for us, it's just consistency, and we know it, and we've seen it on tape, and we believe in each other to be able to know that in order to win games in this league, which is very difficult on a night-in, night-out basis, you got to be consistent, and you got to be disciplined, and you got to do the boring things over and over. And so we just got to do a better job of that.
Can't even remember.
You came back out and I was like, change shirts?
Yeah, I had to.
So what happened when you cleaned up?
Yeah, I don't remember. It was one of the first plays of the game. Just a little contact. Can't really remember if it got like grabbed or like hung up with somebody's arm, and then just like, felt some in my shoulder. A little pain after.
How was it trying to play through it?
I think it was fine. I think, obviously, in general, one of the biggest differences from, college to this level is being able to handle and prepare and be ready for like a back-to-back like that physically. So that was something I was going through tonight anyway, just, being a little flat, a little banged up, but, got to find ways to play through it and still be successful.
What was the hardest part? Like, what were you most surprised about?
I think it's just like, you just got to be prepared. It's just, you got to find your routine and what works for you. I'll be able to work through it. I was definitely a little flat tonight. I mean, it showed all night long, just being flat out there. I wasn't making, the same plays I think I'm able to make, when I'm fresh. But got to find ways to be able to play through it and still contribute to winning.
Sorry if you've been asked this, but what happened to the shoulder?
I'm not really sure. I haven't seen it, but, I just, it was one of the first plays. I was trying to box out, and I think it just got caught up and just felt something move, and then there's a little pain after.
Was that heat that you were putting in the wrap?
Yeah, just trying to keep it warm. Didn't want it to kind of lock up and get stiff.
I know you weren't completely 100%, but what stood out about facing Oklahoma City aside versus any of the three opponents before?
Oh yeah, I mean the defense obviously. They were collapsing on the ball really, really hard, and I thought they just did a good job rotating and covering us a little bit. But I think we kind of messed ourselves up a little bit. It's something we talked about at the beginning. We just got to be able to keep it simple, make the right passes, and I think sometimes we get into too much that one-on-one. But even that last group that was out there in the fourth quarter when they made our big run of just making the easy play, making the right pass, finding the open man, and if we had done that, I think it would have been a different game.
I'm sure sitting in crunch time, probably something you've never done before. What's that like for you? What was that experience like for you?
Yeah, like you said, not really happened before, but I mean the way the game was going, we had a group out there that was doing really well and was on a run. So, I see where coach was at with that, and I was flat. I wasn't myself. I wasn't impacting the game at a high level. Wasn't doing the right stuff. So obviously that's an easy decision for coach. And he's just out there trying to win the game. So those guys did a great job. Battling back down I think 20, a little more than that 1 point. So they did an incredible job just to battle back and put us in a position where we could have won the game.
Cooper, you guys train like crazy. You're running all the time. You're constantly like that. Can anything prepare you for your first back-to-back in the NBA? Is there anything?
No, you can't really understand it until you go through it. It's obviously a different thing. Even in college, you never have that. It's always at least a day in between, and even just it's always one day a game. So it's just preparing for that lifestyle, preparing for that sort of thing is definitely a lot different. So it is different, but I got to figure it out. We'll figure it out. I'm not too worried about it. We'll bounce back and be back in here on Wednesday.
Still early.
Are you concerned about the shoulder moving forward as far as Wednesday and beyond?
No, I don't think so. We're gonna probably get some scans or whatever, make sure everything's all clean. But I feel like it's just a little sore. I just want to keep an eye on it. Ice it, do some rehab, and should be good to go.
Conversations just with us about how important trust is. Can you talk a little bit about if that's kind of one of y'all's themes this year, trust and compete, and how important it is to embrace those things as y'all push for greatness?
Yeah, those are two words for the year. I think we competed tonight. We can do a better job of trusting each other. But those are two words that we're going to harp on all year, and which is why they're around still in the locker room. So those are two words we're going to stand on, and we feel like if we do those two things, we'll have to give ourselves a chance to win every night.
With you saying y'all can do a little bit better with the trust part, how can y'all do that? What can you do to do that?
Just making the right play. Sometimes, I don't think we've been selfish when you go in and like tonight, this team packs the paint. when you go in and there's 4 or 5 guys, around you, trusting. I mean, we made some tough shots, obviously, but trusting the pass and the next guy in the corner, or wherever it is on the floor, is wide open that he's going to make the right play. So just getting better at little things like that. It's not a thing that we don't trust each other, but when you're trying to make the right play, you just got to take what the defense gives you. And like I said, we made some tough shots tonight, even when they had 3-4 guys around us, but. The ultimate trust comes when we're able to make that next pass and realize that the defense around us and, trusting that guy, to make the right play.
Thank you, AD. Appreciate it, guys.